Hello everyone, I'm Rachel from the Innisfil Idea Lab and Library, and in today's Tinkershop tutorial, we're going to learn how to create laser cut summer signs. So let's get started. Begin by opening up your Inkscape program, and in the middle of your screen, you will notice there is a canvas. This square here represents your design platform. Anything you design within this canvas will be captured by the program, but anything outside of this canvas will not be captured by the program. So let's get started. Begin by going up to the File menu and click on Document Properties. This is going to change your canvas size. Over in Units, click the drop-down menu and click IN for inches. We are going to make our sign 12 inches by 12 inches. Hit Enter. You can close your window, and now you'll notice your canvas has changed. It may not look like it, but virtually it is actually 12 inches by 12 inches. So please trust your screen. We're going to be using a few different tools here today. We will be using our Move tool, our Shapes tool, our Text tool, and also our Fill and Stroke options. We will also be importing images, and we will be setting cut lines and engrave lines. Go over to the left side of your screen, and in this toolbar, click on your circle. Click and drag a big circle inside of your square. Right now you can see it's filled black, and we're going to change that. We're going to go up to Object and click Fill and Stroke. Now, fill and stroke in the graphic design world is meaning the fill is actually the infill color. We can click X on the Fill tab. Go to Stroke Paint and add a stroke. A stroke is the outer line of the object. So now let's create two holes using our circle tool again. Click and drag a hole, and this time right click on it and click Duplicate, so you will have the same size object. You can barely see it is right over top of the circle. Go to your Move tool, and you should be able to click and drag your circle in place. So right now we've created the background wooden piece for our summer sign. It has two holes so you can hang rope through it. Next, we're going to import an image. Go to Google Chrome. Today we're going to be using Popsicle outlines. I have my Popsicle here. I'm going to right click on my object. I'm going to save image as. I'm just going to save it to the desktop. Next, I'm going to go back into my Inkscape program, and I'm going to click on File and Import. Find your image, click Open, click OK, and we now have our object. Next, we have to trace our image and convert it to a vector file. Click on Path, click Trace Bitmap, and a new window will open. Click Update and click OK. It doesn't look like much has happened, but click and drag your object over, and you will actually have two different versions. Close your window and click the second arrow underneath the Move tool. Here you can see these tiny gray dots, and these are called nodes, and they control the line of your object. If you click on your other image, nothing happens. We can now remove our image that we imported. Click on your Popsicle outline and right click and hit Duplicate. We're going to make multiples of these. Next, draw a box around all of your popsicles. Hold down your Control button and shrink them down. We're going to make them a little bit smaller. Next, we're going to create some text. Click on your Text tool on the left-hand toolbar and click anywhere on your screen. You'll notice your cursor starts blinking and you can begin typing. Go back to your Move tool if you want to change the size of your text. Next, we're going to change the font. Click the T at the very top of your toolbar, and another window will appear, and you'll notice there's a preview window of what your text will look like. Up in this toolbar, you can scroll through and see how the different fonts will look. Try to stay away from very thin fonts when you're cutting it out of materials on the laser cutter. Sometimes it becomes too fragile and it won't work out so well. Once you find the font that you want, click Apply and close your window. We're going to keep our text like this just for a moment. We're also going to import another image with text on it as well. Again, go to Google Chrome, and you can type in hello, vectors. You should get some designs here. Once you find one that you like, click on it. This time I'm going to copy my image, bring it in, right-click again, hit paste, and we're going to trace bitmap it. Again, go up to the path menu, click on trace bitmap. This time hit update. We're going to up this threshold, hit update, hit OK, and now you should have another object that will be cut out. Go back to your image you just imported and delete it. I'm going to close this window. And now we're going to start placing all of our objects in our circle here. I'm going to click and drag one of my popsicles over. Actually, we're going to make these a little bit smaller. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to click and drag my pieces into place. Make sure they all fit. Now that I've sized and have everything in place, I'm going to go up to objects and I'm going to group it together. This will keep it in place. So when I start moving things around, those popsicles will still be in place and will make it a lot easier when you're laying out your design to be cut. Next, I'm going to click on summer, and this time I'm going to convert this text into now an object. Go into the path menu, click object to path, and then click in objects and ungroup it. And now these all should be separate. So we're just going to now place our objects inside our popsicles, and we're just going to make sure that they are now the size that we would like them for our sign. Okay, my letters look really good. I'm going to highlight just my letters. I don't want to highlight my popsicles either, and I'm going to group these together as well. So I'm going to group them, but I'm also going to change its fill and stroke. We're going to turn these into a cut line. So I'm going to click on my fill and stroke option. I'm going to click on the fill option and I'm going to click on X, but I'm going to select the solid square and stroke paint. Now you can see just an outline. And soon we'll be able to get these all ready to cut. So I'm going to just move it off for right now. Next, we're going to take our hello vector we've imported and converted. We're going to shrink it down. We're going to begin to place it on our sign here. Remember, you can also adjust any other sizes on your design as you go along. So now let's make sure that there's no fill on our hello, because a fill would actually be engraving in the laser cutter, but we want this to cut out, so there'll be separate pieces and we can paint and decorate them. Select your hello, go to the fill tab, click X, click stroke paint, and make sure it has a stroke. So you can notice this line's a little bit thinner, but that's okay, that won't matter too much. So now that we've designed all of our pieces, we're going to lay it out now and get it ready to be cut out of a full sheet of wood. So we can't overlap it how it is right now, otherwise all these pieces would be cut out. So your background would be cut out with hello, these holes, the popsicles would be cut out, and also the S's. So we're going to separate these. I'm going to go back up to my document properties under File and click Document Properties. And now I'm going to make this a full sheet of wood. I'm going to exit out of the screen, and I'm just going to click on Hello. I'm going to move this in place. I'm going to click on Summer, move this one in place too. And if you want to save material, you can ungroup it. And you can move your letters a little bit closer. Okay, so now that we've laid it out, we know that our background piece is going to be cut out with 2 holes. We have hello, our summer letters, and our popsicles. So now I'm going to click and highlight all of these objects, and now I'm going to convert into a cut line. So again, just make sure, no fill, there is a stroke. Click stroke style. We're going to click this drop down menu and select inches. And the magic number for cutting in the laser cutter is 0.001 in inches. It doesn't look like we have anything here, but if you zoom in, you can start seeing our cut lines. So now let's save our design. We're going to go up to File, Save As, I'm going to save two different versions. I'm going to save the SVG Inkscape version, and then we're going to save it also as a PDF. I'm going to go to File, Save As again, but this time I'm going to click this drop-down menu and select PDF. Click Save, and click OK. Now your file is ready to be cut in the laser cutter. Now let's get ready for our next step in assembly. After your items are cut out of the laser, you can paint them with either paint or marker and give them a colorful effect. Start placing all of your items together and get ready to hot glue them into place. Be careful when you're using a hot glue gun and always make sure you have parent supervision. And there you have it. You just learned how to create a summer sign to be cut out of the laser cutter using Inkscape. I'm Rachel from the Innisfil Idea Lab and Library, and thank you for joining us. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more Tinkershop tutorials. Take care and have a great day.